Welcome to the epic finale of our 4-part saga on the Blackrock Orcs. In Part 4, Hunt and Sabotage dismantles the Dark Horde's leadership in the Burning Steppes, as heroes thwart their fiery ambitions. As the Cataclysm's scar linger, the Blackrocks find a new path under Garrosh Hellscream's iron rule, with Malkorok's brutal loyalty shaping a darker horde. Yet hope rises with Eitrigg's chieftainship as the Kosh'harg festival rekindles the clan's honor. Join us as we forge through the Blackrock clan's final battles, redemption, and their enduring legacy in Azeroth's crucible of fire and steel. The adventurer's next mission took them to the Blackrock stronghold, where General Thorg'izog, one of the big three leaders of the Blackrock ground forces, held command. To gain Thorg'izog's trust, the adventurer proved their worth by defeating Magma Lord Kolob, a formidable elemental ally of the Blackrocks, in a display of combat prowess. Thorg'izog was impressed, and assigned the adventurer to discipline his troops by cudgeling them outside the stronghold, a task intended to maintain their focus and obedience. Seizing the opportunity, Pradam and Eitrigg instructed the adventurer to target Thorg'izog's mounted sergeants, killing them under the guise of discipline to weaken the general's command structure. After returning the Chisel Grip, the adventurer accompanied Xi'lun and Trotman to Morgan's Vigil, an Alliance outpost largely abandoned as its inhabitants had joined the fight against the Blackrocks in Blackrock Mountain. There, they gathered additional supplies and investigated the Blackrock army's movements around Dreadmaw Rock, a key staging area for their forces. They also eliminated several Blackrock champions and their Black Dragon allies stationed at rally points, disrupting their vanguard. Additionally, the rescued dragon whelps were delivered to Eitrigg, a red dragon who pledged to fight against the Blackrocks, motivated by a shared hate towards Nefarian's forces, despite having no particular attachment to Redridge. The campaign's climax involved a sophisticated sabotage operation targeting the Big Three: General Thorg'izog, Dragon Lord Neeralak, and High Warlock Xi'lun. The adventurer, still in disguise, delivered 3 deceptive packages to sow chaos among the Blackrock leadership. To Thorg'izog, now stationed in Firegut Furnace, the adventurer delivered a package of warg meat laced with Fell Slider cider from the Altar of Storms, which the general distributed among his ogre allies, unknowingly poisoning them. At the Skull Warren, a cave used by Blackrock warlocks, the adventurer presented Neeralak with a package of Sleep and Flamekin, fire demons disguised as warlock imps. Neeralak, lacking expertise in necromancy, accepted the package, unaware of the chaos the Flamekin would unleash. Finally, at a cave atop Dreadmaw Rock, the adventurer delivered a powerless glass orb to Xi'lun, who was expecting a magical orb of domination from Ner'ghash the Shadow for a summoning ritual. Xi'lun, dismissing his doubts, accepted the fake orb, setting the stage for disaster. The sabotage culminated at the war conference atop Dreadmaw Rock, where the Big Three's plans unraveled. Thorg'izog, weakened by the poisoned warg meat, complained of illness and lamented the loss of his sergeants, who had been killed by the adventurer earlier on. Neeralak reported that the imps had awakened and unleashed fireballs that killed dozens of his dragons and disrupted operations at the Skull Warren. Xi'lun, confident in his magical powers, attempted to summon the Pit Lord Helmondath using the fake orb. When the orb failed, Helmondath rampaged uncontrollably through the Blackrock army, sowing chaos. Thorg'izog called for a retreat to the dragons, only to learn from Neeralak that no dragons had been summoned. Seizing the moment, the adventurer, mounted on a dragon cloaked in obsidian ash to mimic a Black Dragonflight member, rained destruction on the Blackrock forces, burning large swaths of their army. Though the Big Three survived the initial chaos, Thorg'izog retreated to Firegut Furnace, Neeralak to a cave atop Dreadmaw Rock, and Xi'lun to the Skull Warren. The adventurer hunted them down and killed each one, effectively dismantling the Blackrock leadership and halting their invasion plans. While Blackrock Spire remained a stronghold teeming with Blackrock Orcs, both Trotman and Eitrigg believed the clan's immediate threat to Redridge had been neutralized. The decisive actions of the adventurer, combined with the strategic alliance between the Alliance and the Horde, had thwarted the Blackrock's territorial ambitions. Meanwhile, Eitrigg, disguised as a Blackrock Orc, infiltrated Blackrock Spire to undermine Nefarian's operations from within. To succeed, he enlisted the adventurers to eliminate the Dark Horde's underlings, targeting the Blackrock forces still loyal to Nefarian's vision. This covert mission highlighted the ongoing struggle against the Blackrock clan's dark legacy, as both factions worked to prevent their resurgence and ensure the safety of Redridge and beyond in a world still reeling from the Cataclysm's devastation. Mists of Pandaria. As the new Horde, under the leadership of Warchief Garrosh Hellscream, sought to consolidate its power and expand its influence in the wake of the Cataclysm and subsequent conflicts, a significant shift occurred within the Blackrock clan. Many of its members, previously aligned with the Dark Horde and embroiled in the demonic or Dragonflight affiliations, were granted amnesty by Garrosh, a controversial and ambitious leader whose visions for the Horde was rooted in Orcish supremacy and military dominance. This amnesty was a pragmatic move, aimed at bolstering the Horde's ranks with the Blackrock clan's formidable warriors, whose military prowess and disciplined traditions made them a valuable asset despite their troubled history. The decision to integrate these Blackrock Orcs into the new Horde was driven by Garrosh's desire to strengthen his military forces, particularly as tensions with the Alliance escalated and internal dissent within the Horde grew. By offering amnesty, Garrosh sought to harness the Blackrock's strength and redirect their loyalty towards his vision of a resurgent, Orc-centric Horde, effectively bringing a significant portion of the clan back into the fold after years of operating as a rogue faction under leaders like Dalren Blackhand and Nefarian. Key figure in this reintegration is Malkorok, a Blackrock Orc who rose to prominence as Garrosh's personal bodyguard and a trusted lieutenant. Malkorok's Blackrock descent tied him to the clan's storied legacy of strength and discipline, qualities that made him an ideal enforcer for Garrosh's increasingly authoritarian regime. As a leader within the Kor'kron, the Horde's elite military guard, Malkorok transformed the unit into a formidable and feared force that functioned much like a secret police. Under his command, the Kor'kron expanded their role beyond traditional military duties, taking on the task of enforcing loyalty across the Horde's diverse races, including orcs, trolls, Harn, goblins, and blood elves. Malkorok's Blackrock heritage imbued him with a ruthless efficiency and an uncompromising view of loyalty, which aligned closely with Garrosh's aggressive policies. The Kor'kron, under his leadership, became an instrument of control, tasked with rooting out any signs of dissent or disloyalty within the Horde's ranks. The Kor'kron's methods were brutal and often extrajudicial, reflecting the Blackrock clan's history penchant for decisive, uncompromising action. Malkorok and his forces employed tactics such as abductions, interrogations, and brutalization to silence those deemed treasonous or troublesome. In some cases, these actions escalated to outright murder, targeting individuals, whether orcs or members of other Horde races, who questioned Garrosh's leadership or policies. This reign of terror was particularly evident during Garrosh's push to militarize the Horde and assert dominance over contested territories like Pandaria, where his aggressive expansionism and disregard for diplomacy strained relations with both the Alliance and dissenting factions within the Horde. Malkorok's Blackrock sensibilities, rooted in the clan's tradition of military discipline and loyalty to a strong leader, made him a perfect executor of Garrosh's will, but also a polarizing figure who alienated many within the Horde. His actions sowed fear and resentment, particularly among non-orc races and orcs who adhered to Thrall's more broader vision of the Horde. The integration of Blackrock Orcs into the new Horde under Garrosh's rule highlighted the complex legacy of the clan. While their inclusion strengthened the Horde's military, it also brought Blackrock's historical tendencies towards authoritarianism and aggression to the forefront, as exemplified by Malkorok's leadership of the Kor'kron. This period marked a stark contrast to the Blackrock Orcs who had joined Thrall's Horde earlier, contributing to the founding of Orgrimmar and embracing a path of redemption. Under Garrosh, the Blackrock clan's reintegration took a darker tone, as their military traditions were co-opted to serve a regime that prioritized conquest and control over unity and honor. Malkorok's role as Garrosh's enforcer and the Kor'kron's transformation into a tool of oppression underscored the challenges of reconciling the Blackrock clan's storied past with the evolving identity of the Horde, setting the stage for further internal conflict as Garrosh's leadership grew increasingly tyrannical. Dragonflight. By the time the Dragon Isles reawakened, a significant shift had occurred within the Blackrock clan, with Eitrigg emerging as a new chieftain. Eitrigg, a respected orc warrior with a storied history, had long been a figure of honor and wisdom within the Horde, having served as a trusted lieutenant under Ogrim Doomhammer, and later as an advisor to Thrall. His ascension to leadership of the Blackrock clan marked a pivotal moment, as he sought to steer the clan away from its dark past, marked by demonic corruption under Blackhand, subservience to the Black Dragonflight under Dalren, and authoritarian tendencies under Garrosh Hellscream, toward a path of redemption and integration within the new Horde. Eitrigg's leadership was defined by his commitment to restoring the clan's honor, emphasizing its traditional values of military prowess and blacksmithing while aligning with the broader ideals of the Horde under Thrall's vision of unity and strength. Eitrigg's role as chieftain was prominently displayed during Azeroth's first Kosh'harg festival, a grand celebration rooted in Orcish tradition that brought together clans from across the Horde to honor their heritage, renew bonds, and recruit new members. Held in the wake of the Dragon Isles reawakening, The Kosh'harg was a historic event, symbolizing the orcs' reconnection with their ancestral customs and their place in a changing world. As the Blackrock chieftain, Eitrigg represented his clan with pride, speaking on their behalf and embodying their values in both word and deed. The festival provided a rare opportunity for Eitrigg to reunite with other prominent Blackrock clan members, including High Warlord Kromush, a seasoned warrior known for his fierce loyalty to the Horde, Thura, a powerful orc with ties to the clan's storied past, and Eitrigg's son, Ariok, whose own journey had intertwined with the Blackrock's struggles in the Burning Steppes. These reunions underscored the clan's enduring legacy and the personal connections that bound its members, even as they navigated their complex history. During the Kosh'harg's clan recruitment ceremony, where orc leaders gathered to attract new members to their ranks, Eitrigg spoke eloquently about the Blackrock clan's core principles. He emphasized the clan's deep-rooted honor, forged through the centuries of resilience in the harsh, volcanic landscapes of Kor'kron, and later at the Burning Steppes. Eitrigg highlighted the dual pillars of Blackrock identity: the warrior's path, which demanded courage, discipline, and skill in battle, and the blacksmith's craft, which embodied the clan's mastery over fire and metal, particularly their ancestral Blackrock ore. These qualities, he argued, made the Blackrock clan a vital component of the Horde, contributing both military strength and the production of finely crafted weapons and armor that had long been the backbone of Orcish warfare. Eitrigg's speech resonated with prospective clanmates, presenting the Blackrocks not as a rogue faction they had once been under Dalrend or Nefarian, but as a proud and honorable lineage dedicated to serving the Horde's greater good. When a champion, a hero of the Horde who had proven their worth through countless deeds, requested to join the Blackrock clan, Eitrigg declared that their choice honored him deeply, reflecting his humility and the high regard he held for those who embraced the clan's traditions. To test the champion's worthiness and ensure they embodied the Blackrock ideals of strength and skill, Eitrigg issued a challenging rite of initiation. He tasked the champion with hunting, tracking, and slaying Gorkrosh, known as Long Knives, a formidable adversary whose reputation as a deadly foe made him a fitting test of military strength. To prove their resilience and resourcefulness, Eitrigg required the champion to undertake this task without the aid of armor, stripping them of physical protection and forcing them to solely rely on their skill, hunting, and determination. This trial was not merely a test of combat ability, but a reflection of a Blackrock clan's ethos, which valued warriors who could overcome adversity through sheer will and expertise, much as their ancestors had done in the unforgiving landscapes of Draenor. The champion's success in defeating Gorkrosh was a testament of their worthiness, and Eitrigg, as chieftain, accepted the Long Knife, a trophy symbolizing the champion's victory, on behalf of the Blackrock clan. This act formalized the champion's induction into the clan, cementing their place among its ranks, and reinforcing Eitrigg's leadership as one that rewarded merit and honored tradition. Eitrigg's tenure as chieftain and his actions during the Kosh'harg festival marked a turning point for the Blackrock clan, offering a vision of renewal and unity. By emphasizing honor, military skill, and craftsmanship, he sought to redefine the clan's identity, moving beyond its associations with demonic corruption, Dragonflight servitude, and internal strife. The presence of figures like Kromush, Thura, and Ariok at the festival highlighted the clan's enduring bonds and the potential for reconciliation among its members, even those who had walked divergent paths. Eitrigg's leadership during the pivotal moment not only strengthened the Blackrock clan's stand-in with the Horde, but also reaffirmed its role as a cornerstone of Orcish culture, dedicating to forging a future that honored its past while embracing the values of the new Horde in a rapidly evolving world. From the volcanic forges of Kor'kron to the battle-scarred peaks of Blackrock Spire, the Blackrock Orcs have carved a legacy of iron and fire. Through Blackhand's conquest, Ogrim's quest for honor, the Dark Horde's descent into chaos, and Eitrigg's vision of redemption at the Kosh'harg festival, their saga weaves a tale of strength, betrayal, and resilience. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey through the heart of the Orcish history. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell to explore more legendary stories with us.